We've done it. We have our floating base. I still need to put a floor in. There you go. Yep, so we still need to put our floor in, but yes, we have our floating base. Hello everyone, this is Fallen Dice, and welcome to episode 25 of our Rebirth playthrough of 7 Days to Die, The Purge. So we're back up on our rooftop. I've got a decent chunk of steel cooking right now. I think that's all the iron that I had. I don't believe I have anything else cooking over there. I think we already pulled, yep, we pulled over there. I need to get the materials. I think that was working here, getting us some wood, which we finally got what we need. I'm going to put this over here for the other ones. Our concrete completed. So I need that for the support areas. So I've got a decent amount of that. I've got a decent amount of wood. So, but before I go back and start, I need more frames and I need more of that wood. So kind of like a twofold thing here. So first part of this morning, I want to see the mine shafts. How many of those can I make? I didn't buy that recipe yet. Okay, how much money do I have? I've got 3,500. I think it was like 5K or something. So let me take everything that I was going to sell here. See if there's anything I have a lot of that I keep getting a lot of that I'm pretty good on. I want to get that mine shaft. Actually, where did I put all my car parts? Yeah, I don't think any of this stuff sells really. Oh, wait. Ammo. Yes. I inadvertently hadn't realized that I with all the explosion guys, it just keeps kind of stacking up and I throw it in there. So this is actually, yeah, okay, we're good. We can sell all that. I'm never going to use breaching slugs, so I'll sell that. And I can't do anything with these, so I'm going to sell those. Okay, yep. All right, I'm going to go sell that. And, yep, there's our car. I'm just not used to this, what it looks like, so I keep bypassing it. All right, so we're going to get the recipe for the mine shaft, and I'm going to make a few of them. And that's part of our thing. I want to go hunting trees, but I would also like to go and see if we can figure out where we can find some
How y'all doing?
coal.
Come on in for a spell and look
Actually,
around.
it's not you, it's Briston, isn't it? Some coal and some lead. Yeah, I'm going to keep checking on her. Eventually, at some point, we're going to be good to go. I don't know how many we've actually done. Okay, no more special missions from you. And I decided to actually give this two-handed axe a go. It does a lot of damage, so even though it's slow, if it gives me the capability of surviving by destroying them in less shots, it might actually work. So I'm going to try it. Good, I can make them. I want the good one, not the good ones, the better ones, though. Let's see. So I can only make one, because that's all of the iron I have left. That's the other thing I need. Hopefully I can find one that's got iron. So I can make one. And I could make an extension. Alright, so we've got a seeker. There he is. Let's go down and meet. Actually, let's drink first. Alright. Ooh, this appears to be an animal one. Oh, it is. Alright, let's get ready to pull this out. Alright, dogs, come back to me. Let's bring out our buddies. And then run. Okay. Alright, let's just unload into you. Oof. Okay, there we go. Alright, who do we have for... Where are you guys? Yeah, there we go. Good grief. Scary dog. Okay, I think that's everything. Okay. Oh, and then we go right into you. Oh, and 2 of you. Okay. Alright. Oop, not dead yet. Okay, you're dead, you're dead. Alright. Okay. I mean, that's free loot. Okay. Okay, let's go around and check the guy up front. Doesn't seem like any of them dropped us anything like special. Can I can. Alright, good. Yeah, it's still all tier 1. Alright, no worries. Let's look at nearby areas and see where we would like to try this. This one has 2 colors, and then we have the 2 whites. If I can find something with a lot of colors kind of nearby, that bodes well for other things. I think that's why this one had 2 things in it as well. It had shale and nitrate. So I'm thinking... Again, I wish I remember what the colors stood for. Yeah, I think this is our spot here. So, okay, we got shale and we got lead. Okay. So, if we could get lucky and have something else in it as well, that'd be perfect. Alright, so I'm going to put it right down in the middle between the 2 of them. So I think this should be a good enough spot between it. Should give us access to both of them. And I know that the cobblestone's not going to do much more defense than the wood, but, I mean, it's a little bit. Alright, so, yep. So we got iron, which is leading into the lead, or the shale. Okay, which is good. And we got iron over here as well. Oh, this is good. This is very good. Okay. We will come back here and do some mining. So I know for sure that I've got iron, lead, and shale. That's a good one. And with the possibility of even more. Now, I need a lot of wood. So what I think I'm going to do is we're just going to go right to the edge of the forest over here. We are not going back to our old base. Actually, we do have to go back to our own base. Okay, we are. So I'm going to head back to the base because we have to pick up our farm crops so we can actually start farming over here. Almost forgot about that. Okay, we've arrived at the base. Our good old cars. I hope to get another compact car fairly quickly. I already missed that. Okay, so what we need is we're going to harvest and pick. Okay, we're done with the crops. And again, I didn't even look at any of my chests because we are well past that. Nothing in the chest gets to come with us, just the crops. All right, let's get a little bit into here, and then let's go off and see how well this axe does. I would like to get a couple hundred logs. Okay. Took us 4 hits on that big one. How if I power hit 3? Which is fine. Okay, and these ones are 2. So these are like bigger trees, and we're getting a lot more logs from them. So I mean, we're already at 26. Getting way more than I came here for. I'll take it. All right, a lot more than I was looking for. So we did good. That's right. I want to, since I'm here until we get there, because I know where I can find everything but coal. So we're gonna go hit up our mine over here real fast. Alright, luckily this first part of the mine is where all the lead is. I mean, the coal is. I'm just rounding it. It's just easier to do large mining sessions when it's just in a nice square and I'm just going in a nice little grid. Especially that I've, put up all my support and everything, so everything kind of lines up. Makes it really easy. So... Because of the shorter times of the days here, 60-minute days, I've decided to basically, we're going to do a double day episode. So I am going to just stay here and mine. I'm going to continue to mine throughout the night. Obviously, I'll keep recording. So if I get any events or secrets or anything like that, you know, and anything crazy happens, I'll pop up. But I'd like to just spend a night in our old mine because it's got everything. Has nitrate. It has a lot of coal. Has some lead. Has some iron. So by going through this one, we can really, I think, get a nice stockpile of materials that we are needing for ammo for some time to come. I'm not as worried about the nitrate because I definitely see a good spot for that in the desert. Same with like iron and whatnot. But coal, that's a little harder to come by. And this has got a ton of coal. So by the time we get out, hopefully that should solve our coal problem for some time to come. And hopefully we'll find another way to get it. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to have to come to the forest every time we need to mine. I'd like to make this like kind of our one time back to the forest because we had to get our seeds. So while we're here, we do a little mining. But then we spend the rest of the desert time in the desert. So that's the plan. So like I said, I'm gonna mine through the night. Get hopefully a real good supply of the mats we need for bullets. And then in the beginning of the morning, which is same episode, then we'll do some base building and then get to some purging.
Incoming enemies, prepare for conflict.
Oh, and right as I say that, looks like we actually have some incoming friends. So I'm gonna take them over towards the entrance so they don't dig a hole in. Make sure all my guns are loaded. And make sure we take a vitamin. Yeah, I've only got like 250 rounds left in my Gatling or my minigun, but I think this is probably just a regular. Yeah, this is just a horde. So let's. Obviously, I'm curious to see how the new axe does as well. All right, let's get up. Yep, there they are. Grab our partner, our helpers. All right, let's see what we can do. So it's definitely going to be power hits with the axe. Since we are so slow, we want to get as much as we can off of them. But so far, looking good. Not as many hits as we would normally get with an axe, but I'll take it. Well, that seems like it was a really small horde. Maybe some of them passed us. Yeah, I see some in the woods here. Again, it's based on where I was the time it launched, which was when I was underground somewhere.
Master,
Yeah, this
we are not
thing
alone.
seems to be doing some good work. Want to make sure I get them now, because if they come find me after dark, obviously they'll all be running, not just the ferals. Beautiful. That wasn't. For a sec there, I was shooting at a rock thinking it was a zombie. Okay, I'm okay with this. So we got the tier 2 of the axe. Alright. Oof, yeah. Okay, this is definitely, I think we can play with this for a little while. Back to work. Alright, looks like we're on again.
My senses have picked up something.
And I'm not sure which one this is going to be. Alright, I'm going to start with the machine gun. Okay, good. This is just a normal one. Alright, yeah. We're just getting like a normal seeker. Alright. Yep. Okay. No, we are not doing the axe. That did not work. Now, once they fell asleep, it wasn't so bad. I would like to get the buffers. long as you're asleep, I can switch. I wish the buffer would come down here so I could take him out. Oh, I forgot my buddies. Okay, bring these guys back down. Keep the pets here with me so that the horde actually comes down here. Alright. Okay, you're stuck up there, are you? And I think they're buffing each other.
Master, we are not alone.
So we gotta go with the AP. Okay, I think I'm actually hitting the boss, not the buffer. Yeah, let's get the buffer. Okay, there we go. Now we've gotten rid of the armor buff. And we can just concentrate on the zombie. I think he's the only one left. Can we get any axe hits on him? No. Yeah, no, we're not playing the game. I'm not going to get killed because I'm trying to be fancy. There we go. I think you're all that's left now. Okay, that was fun. Yep, same stuff. Oh, you rebirth, huh? Any good knees? Nope. I'm gonna send everything I have right now to the car, free up my inventory. We'll keep going. Alright, I feel pretty good. It's about 4 a.m., so lights are out, zombies aren't running, and we are just finishing up. We got an entire layer of this place taken care of. I'm gonna go. I dumped everything in the car right after that little mini horde event whisper, whatever we had. So we'll see what our actual totals are. So this is what's still left down here. So you can see some of it starting to dry out now. That was where the lead was. And then even here, if I were to have gone down lower, I never would even saw that because it actually disconnects for a while. Still a lot of coal in here. This is really a really nice mine. And then I never went into here, which would have been more of the iron. But if we take a peek inside, over 1,100 of the large rocks, 1,250 lead when it wasn't even a lead mine, almost 20k coal, and almost 6k nitrate, and then 11,000 iron. Not too bad. Again, wasn't an iron mine either, so. Alright, we're going to start heading back. And then once we get back to the base, I'm going to get everything kind of cooking. And so that for either later on in this episode or the next episode, we'll be able to actually use some of the stuff. But I'd like to get enough. I'll get whatever lead I have left cooking, turn that into bullet tips to try to match the number of bullet casings we have, and then make enough gunpowder to be able to make all those weapons. And then after that, from now on, we'll just make everything in the ammunition table. Actually, I think since we're here, let me take a couple minutes down here, try to get some more oil shale, because right now I don't have any. I think I used what I had, and that's not a good sign. All right, I think that was nice. Got a quick 4,200 oil shale, a little bit more nitrate. But we were out, so it was worth it. I think, yep, that was where I was putting all my farm stuff. So decent amount of stuff. I don't think we're just going to be able to get it to that today. It's just too much stuff going on, and I want to start making a little bit of progress here. Okay, so I've got this cooking away, making a bunch of planks. Yeah, nothing in there. I've got this cooking, and actually, you know what? I'm just gonna make them over here, so I have to come running back for them. I don't think I need anything there for now. Yeah, I'd rather have this thing working over here, so I don't have to run back when I need to grab some more planks or building blocks. All right. So right now, I don't have the explosion resistant upgrade mod in my nail gun, which means it's gonna, instead of upgrading to explosion proof, it'll just upgrade to regular concrete, which is what I want for this portion of the base. Again, like I said before, in the previous episode, it has about 50% more horizontal support than the or the explosion-proof concrete does. And it's going to be covered with steel anyway. So it's not like I really need it to be explosion-proof. Like steel, I don't know how it... I'm going to have to... Like, we'll see how steel actually does against the explosions. Because while it has a lot more hit points, if the explosion-proof concrete doesn't take any damage from it in areas where I'm going to be fighting the hordes, I might make sure that the outside layer is that explosion-proof. As long as they can't reach it. If it's something they can bang on or hit on, then that's going to be steel. But if it's just something nearby where they might explode, it might have to... It's going to be like a combination. So we'll have to play that by ear. And I will do the inside later. I'm just getting the outside part so it floats, because when I start digging down, I'm going to dig out from underneath, and I want that whole thing to fall once we get to that point. I'm only have to dig these, basically a 2 wide or 4 wide. 3 wide, to be honest, because once I get underneath here, I don't have to. So 3 wide down to my, like I talked about, for the depth that is going to be the pit. And then once we're done with that, we'll kind of concrete it up down there, make sure it's nice. And so I don't want them digging. I don't want it to go deeper than it already is. Nice. See, save me from having to go all the way back. Yeah, I just want to get this layer for sure completely done, and then we'll start digging. Because after that, it's just rinse and repeat as we go down. I just got to do the same on this side, and then it'll be a bunch of upgrading. And then hopefully I can start doing some digging down. And then we can see it start to float. I'm going to try to at least concrete up the top of each of these. That'll allow us to float. The second layer is just what I'm doing as kind of a backup, because in case anything crazy happens up top and we lose one of these, it'll still be supported from underneath by the second layer. You know what? It's only 11 o'clock. I'm not done over here. I'm going to go right back in, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to get some gunpowder going and get some bullet tips. So that's enough for us to make 1,500 rounds with the normal way, and then afterwards we can go into here and we'll be fine. We won't have to actually break stuff down anymore. But I would like to at least get our excess inventory used. I'm going to finish both these bottom layers up to concrete if I have enough wood. And then once we're done with that, then that's when we're going to just we'll start digging. And, yep, I've run out of concrete, so you can kind of see we're running out of some of our material. So I don't want to leave them as the wood building blocks, because that's easier to get destroyed. So if we can at least get them up to cobbled, we can later upgrade them. Eventually we'll run out of planks. I might have to run back up for that. But this is as far as the upgrading for today is going to go. The rest of it's going to, the base part is going to be digging down, placing some blocks that we will upgrade once we get the material. So we're going to have to do a lot of cooking off camera between episodes to get the materials that we need ready for the next episode. The base building of the next episode. Okay, now I'm going to switch you out and change you into a ladder. And simple, just so we can get out. And that'll keep expanding as we go. All right. So I'm going to have to... I think this is the last layer where I might dig underneath here. From the rest of it, it's just going to be plates over dirt until we get back to the bottom. Because it provides just as much vertical integrity as steel or concrete does. So it's just that much less for me to dig. Actually, this area here is going to end up being stairs kind of going up, because we have to have a way for the zombies to get out of the pit. Otherwise, they would just go crazy. So it's going to have 2 ramps, one on each side, that go up, that lead right to the spot where they turn around and come right back at me. So hopefully that should prevent them from ever needing to get destructive on me. And And then we're just going to come in here and separate this from our base. Okay. We've done it. We have our floating base. Yep, so we still need to put our floor in, but yes, we have our floating base. Which means that we can build up on it once we get a little bit deeper down. Said I see how many more blocks do I have? Because that's going to be right now what's going to be the biggest thing. Because I don't want to go far past. All right, we're already done. Okay. Well, looks like that's about as far as we really are going to be able to get today, until we get more of these boxes. There's my tree farm, by the way. So far, what little of it is, but it'll expand. But yeah, I'm excited. Ready to start putting in flooring. Who's making all that noise? Yeah, I'm ready to put in the flooring, and at least maybe get started on... Oh, I forgot to take that out. To get started on the actual horde portion of this base that we can still use while we're kind of expanding on it. So yeah, right now you see I can definitely jump back and forth, but eventually those will all be walls. All right, let's head back over there. Let's see where we are with our plankage. And with our ammo materials. Okay, we're good to go with that, and I bet you we're good to go with that. Yep. So technically, right now, if I wanted to... Oh, it takes 3. Gosh. All right, you know what? Fine. We'll make a little bit more. 500 each. That takes like a minute. So while I'm actually doing all the rest of my work, that'll finish up. I want to be done with manual bullets. So I'm going to do 750 here. And then let's see if we get how long before this is done. All right, it's taking this time. I'm just going to do max here. And then when that's finished, it's there. All right. But coming over here. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was trying to make my drink. Get rid of my radiation. Let's grab our wood. Still got another 500 coming. How many more could I make now with that? So that takes 2 per. And this one, when it was building, it was taking, 10 of that fake wood. So I could make a decent chunk. But I still need to also be able to upgrade. I'm curious to see how much ammo I can make as well over here. And I think this gives me the ability to just skip everything and go straight to AP. So I could get another 213 AP, and then what do I run out of? Lead. Okay. And that's only a minute 45 for all those. I still have 36 minutes on these. That's the other good thing about that. It's so much faster. All right. I want to go do some... My next thing to do here is going to be we're going to go do some purging. But I would like to at least get ammo running in the background while we're doing this. What are you guys fighting? Oh. Looks like we have some kind of horde. And it's a day horde, which means with the exception of the ferals, I can go through... Oh, they're going through there too. Interesting. No, guys. Come back. Come back. There we go. Let's get some axe practice in while we're here. And this is actually one of the POIs I would like to actually do today. So, seeing as how small the desert is, I think it makes it more worthwhile to do bigger POIs. Because where I was concerned in the forest that we had to do so many POIs to be able to advance, we're lucky here in the desert because we don't actually have that many POIs that we have to do. So I think I can do some of the more bigger POIs and actually try to get some better loot from them instead of kind of like the normal way, which was doing all the small POIs. All right. I just want to make sure I got everything cooking before we go and start the POI. Looking at where we are. So we've got everything so far here. So let's hit this one first. Let's get our neighborhood cleared out, and then we'll go down to there. And this one, he's going to be fun. So again, it's only a tier 3, but it's one of those crazy tier 3s. So as long as we go in knowing what we're going into, and I've done it before, so I have some concepts of where things are going to go crazy. And we've got the minigun for when they do go crazy.
I've got a bad feeling about
Yep,
this.
like right there. We already got dogs coming at us. There we go. Get rid of you. We have dogs going crazy again. Alright, yeah, let's get the fox. What does the fox say? Nothing, he's dead. Okay. I hear Birdie, I just don't see him. And it's getting dim, so for some reason I was thinking it was getting dark. I mean, this might actually be the one POI we get to do today, actually. Considering how much time is left in the day. Okay, now you come at me. And then you go to sleep, which means you're a drunk pigeon. Alright, I need to get out of the outside, because I am not fully healed up yet. So let's actually do that while we're here. So pigeons will stop hunting me. Probably don't need to go and do all of those, but I still do. Okay, so far we're... Did someone come behind me? No. Okay, good. So right now we are minimal numbers here, so I can still axe it up a little bit. The best thing is while this does do a ton of damage, it's still not my favorite speed. So the faster we get out of here and into the next next level of axe, the sooner I'll be happy. Okay. I'm not gonna loot that kind of stuff on this one yet. Okay, good. Still going slow. So far, I've been able to manage this thing, getting early hits, and it seems to knock him down a lot more, which is also really good. Alright, that's part 1 of this place done. Getting rid of all the trees. You can see there's an underground part of this too. That's why I said this is... It says it's a 3, but this is not your typical 3 at all. Now, we can't get in here yet. We have to go into the other building first, because there's a button that will unlock that. Let's get back to guns first, because now we got some crazy shit in here. Yep. Okay. And I gotta get you down. Okay. Gotta get rid of that armor. Okay, who do we got?
Master,
Okay.
we are not alone.
Yep, you're not falling asleep. Come on, sleep. Cool. As long as it's minimal numbers or it's manageable, I am going to keep deferring to that axe because I want to get through this. I'm telling you, when we get to Stormbreaker, it is such a game changer. Because right now, we have a really good AoE stun. We do. It, you know, puts them to sleep. It's fantastic. Problem is we don't control it. Once we get the Stormbreaker, we actually can decide when we want to drop that stun. Okay. Somebody up here. Come on. Yep, there we go. That's what I figured. Yep, there, Pidgey. Is there a way for me to get up there? Okay, you're getting buffed by somebody. What's over here? Nothing. Okay. So I don't think there's it's just a one tall. Okay, gotcha. So whatever it is, it was just a wall for them to hide behind. Okay. Propane? No. I don't think there's any new ones spawned in here, so these are ones probably coming at us from either underneath or next door. Okay, you're under there hiding. Oh, interesting. So that's, you were buffing them from a location I couldn't get to. Oh boy. All right, so we're close to nightfall. So it's about to get crazy. Could I have come in here from the beginning even without opening that door? I guess I could have. All right. This is a gun only still like 20 or 17 plus entities in here, which means that it's about to get crazy. And I'm going to get rid of this tree stuff so I can actually see what's going on. Yeah. Okay, we'll do... I don't want to get locked behind. There we go. Yep, you guys are going first. I'm staying over close to the stairs if I can, so I can get out if I have to. This is the part where things could go very badly, very quickly, if I'm not careful. And I still have a bunch of rounds in the mini if I need it. Like I said, we came into this one knowing what we were coming into, so this is... I know sort of what to expect. So I feel a little bit safer here. All right, do we have anything else left in here? No, we don't. Okay, so one is cleared out. Right, let's make sure you're cleared out in here. Saying there's still a lot of zombies left, which means they're all over in here. All right, so let's... Still have a few rooms. Again, clearing them out in a logical, smart, safe manner. Yep, we got a couple things opened up, and I start seeing someone's buffing. All right, how do I unlock that door? My guess is it's probably in here. Let's get these doors. There's a button somewhere. All right, nighttime, everybody can run, but I'm pretty sure that everything in that room already runs anyway. I might have to break that door down. Nope, there it is. Okay, let's make sure everything is armed because they are going to come out of there in a hurry. But I think it's actually a manageable number, and I still have a bunch of rounds of this. Okay, we opened it. Oh, they're not even awake yet.
Master, we are not alone.
So if you haven't seen this one before, this is called like an Airbnb. And this dude had like spying stuff in all the rooms, which is pretty interesting. All right, what is upstairs? So apparently stuff behind me. They didn't come down the stairs. Cool. And we're done. So we've cleared that, and it didn't give us the 15% yet. Let me go down here. Oh, but it did give us a... this is our first supply drop in the desert. So I'm curious to see if we get some of the higher tiered mod-specific items. I'm thinking tonight, during the night after the episode, I want to get my farm down. Because I really, 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 really need to get that going. Because I want to get actual storage chests that I can upgrade to the iron and the steel variations. But the initial dropping or making of them requires a bunch of dye. So we'll see once I once I put everything down in the ground, how much is left over, and all that stuff's going to go straight into dye. And we'll see how many we can get started on. But when we get into the actual horde base, it's going to be real storage. I don't want to use any of the fake stuff.
Great to see you, Master.
Wasn't trying to grab you, bud. Upgraded knife. Tier 5 expertise book fragment bundle. I am super excited to see what's in there. All right, and there's our airdrop. Again, it is going This is at night, so let me get all my guns ready. Oh, it came down on the cactuses. That's interesting. Should make it difficult for them to fuck with. Oh, these are all irradiated. Okay. Ooh, I got really nervous there for a sec. I was wondering what would happen if I broke the cactuses. Would it, you know, like normally when you break a block underneath something, when it falls, it's broken, but not the supply crate. Oh, I'm so happy. Full ammo assembly station, of course. Quad armor, tier 2 weapons parts, tier 1 expertise book, that's still low. A loot time tier 3 and a knockdown resistance tier 2. Not bad. All right, I get to my car, I'll get to the base. I want to open up all these things from the last couple days worth that I haven't, and we'll see what we get. All right, I'm gonna actually, let's see what we get first before we put you in there. Oh, first super corn. I should have bought some super corn before I left, but I completely forgot about that. Well, hopefully there's, actually no, I don't think anyone here does. But look, we got high grade barrel and magazines. We're at a tier 3, so we're getting close. But our parts, like we already have all the parts to make another one of these, and then some. All right, I'll get to that in a sec. We can actually make charisma and constitution, and is that ones that I needed? No. Okay. I think we already have constitution. We might. Do I not have? Oh, there it is, charisma. Yeah, we do. So we're gonna trade those. So at some point, but not right now. All right, let's open these up real fast. I'm curious about these. So these are tier 1, which is what we kind of normally expect. Tier 1 again. Throw all those all out. Tier 2 weapons parts. All right. Cool. Tier 1 expertise, but tier 5. Look at that. Oh, that's so nice. And look at the numbers we're getting up to for our next class. And this is a scythe. I'm not going witch doctor. I don't know. I've seen it. I've seen the gameplay of it and everything and how it works. It looks like it could be fun, but it's not for me. I'll go ahead and read that. All right. You know what? Again, I don't need those anymore, but I do need these 3, right? I don't think that I have. Hold on. So I have dexterity, constitution, and charisma. So I also don't need dexterity. So we're going to go to the trader and let's see if we can. Traders this way. I don't know why I always get turned around. Let's see if we can trade those in. I would like to get some mod slots back because right now I can't fit a quad in my head because of all the stuff that's already there. Okay, trade genetics blueprints. So if I wanted to strength, I could get 230 strength. All right. 140. Again, I don't even need that many. I can get 52 strengths. And I think, yeah, the other one I need is intelligence, right? Okay, don't want any of those. None of those. Let's walk it down to about 50 again as well. That should be enough for me to close these out. After that, we can convert them into the actual stat itself. So instead of learning mods, we can actually just add to our intelligence, add to our dexterity, add to all of these to get these all up to 10. So we'll be able to max things out. So we will be really in a really good place here shortly. So I think what I need is mother load for strength. And deep cuts. Cool. So there's our strength. And there's our intelligence. That's awesome. Grab that, and I'm able to... Okay. Now, we got to do one more thing. So while we were able to take up less spots by doing this, we can now combine all of them into one single mod slot. And it goes in the head. I can now come over here and grab this. So we are now getting the bonus for every single one of the possibles that there is. That's awesome. Let's do this right now. Okay, loot timer 3, knockdown resistance 2. Those are the two I was curious about. Hands, feet. So right now I have loot timer 2, so we added it to 3. So we went from reduced by 40 to reduced by 60. Nice. I have extra slots. I will deal with that later. Okay, so that's a 2. That's a 1. So we dropped it from 15 to 30. That's fantastic. All right. Cool. All right, so wow, lots of progress. I will worry about upgrading these things here soon, maybe in the next episode. I'll do it overnight so we can start with the next one. But we made huge progress. Again, it was a double-day episode, made progress on the base. We did a bunch of mining. We have a lot more ammo coming in. And then from now on, we won't have to craft ammo here. We can just craft it straight over there. But I do need lead. So I think lead is my next big mining expedition. So we'll have to work on that soon. But for now, we're sitting pretty good. So hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please go ahead and leave a like. If you haven't already subscribed, I would appreciate it very much if you'd hit that subscribe button. But with that being said, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.